What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome to my 2017 WWE Royal Rumble predictions video. This card has 7 matches plus the Rumble itself. 3 of those are on the pre-show, and that's going to be weird. But there are a bunch of matches here. I'm going with what has been announced thus far. It is around 12 noon on Friday before the show. So if anything else gets announced between now and the show, which has happened before, I don't have any predictions on that. But let's get started here to run down this entire card. So you have 3 pre-show matches. Number 1, Sasha Banks, the Boss, versus Nia Jax. And from what the rumors say, and how they are going to run into a 4-way match for Mania for the Raw Women's title, I don't think the ending of this match really matters all that much. So I could certainly see a double countout or a disqualification or something along those lines. So I'm going to say that they put over Nia Jax as the winner, but only because Sasha Banks gets disqualified for using a chair or something else. So clearly Sasha gets the good heat coming out of that, but Nia still wins the match because of the DQ. And that will, lead into other shenanigans later on in the evening. So next up, we have the other women's match. The SmackDown women are in a 6-person match. It is Becky Lynch. It is Nikki Bella. It is Naomi versus Alexa Bliss, Natalya, and the returning Mickie James. And this just got announced on SmackDown this week. So there's been, there have been feuds between these women, but not, as teams. And I think it'd be foolish to bring back Mickie James and in her first pay-per-view match back, even though she's on a team, have that team lose. I think it wouldn't make a lot of sense in terms of furthering the storyline between Mickie and Alexa and Becky and that whole weird thing. So I think the heels go over here because it's the pre-show and kind of who cares. I think a heel victory helps further that storyline rather than having, hey, you're going to have a face victory. I mean, you could obviously pin Alexa or pin Natalya to have them be the weakest link or whatever and, keep the Mickie interaction at a minimum to kind of build that to a further show. But I think for this show, for that first meeting up, I think you have the heels win and continue to build to that eventual one-on-one altercation. Anyway, our third pre-show match, keep in mind this is a 2-hour pre-show and a 4-hour pay-per-view. Why is this so long? Anyway, your third match is, I guess, the culmination of your Raw Tag Team Champions, Sheamus and Cesaro, versus The Club, Gallows and Anderson. And the stipulation here is that we have 2, count 'em, 2 referees. And that's somehow going to prevent, referees from having issues, getting punched in the mouth, or, making the wrong call for whoever wins this tag team titles. I think that, once again, the Club, and I think they're underutilized. I mean, they're, getting paid, so good on them. Adding to adjustment. But you spent all that time having your build-up. Oh my god, Triple H, what the fuck? Why would Triple H interfere in this world title match between John Cena and AJ Styles? I don't understand. I really, really don't. Anyway, damn random-ass 2K17 run-ins. I don't think you built Cesaro and Sheamus that freaking long to get them finally winning the tag team championships and then have them lose it to the Club. At least not at the Rumble, Perhaps you have Cesaro and Sheamus lose at Mania, but I don't see them losing those tag titles at the Rumble. So Cesaro and Sheamus retain by hook or by crook. And that moves us on to the main card of the Royal Rumble, which is strange because there are 4 matches here. Like, the Rumble itself is usually about an hour, right? So that leaves 4 matches in 3 hours. Now, obviously, you have video packages and you have, entrances that could take forever and that kind of thing. But that still seems like some long-ass matches. And perhaps they took the fact that everyone fucking loved Okada and Omega at Wrestle Kingdom, and that match was like 45 minutes long, sure. But This seems excessive. Anyway, to begin with, we have the Cruiserweight title. That is your champion, Rich Swann, versus the king of the Cruiserweights, Neville. And Neville. I'm calling Neville all the way. I said months ago that they weren't even using Neville. They had Neville job out to Bo Dallas on Raw one night. And I'm like, look, if you're not going to use Neville properly, put him in the Cruiserweights. Have him be the final boss, the Brock Lesnar forearm of the Cruiserweights. And I think getting that Cruiserweight title is the first step in a total domination of that division. So, fingers crossed that Neville wins, because Evil Neville is pretty awesome. Moving on to the Raw Women's title. We have your champion, Charlotte, versus the plucky upstart, the hugger, Bayley, in their... What? Wait! Holy shit! There's 2 John Cenas! There's 2 John Cenas! Dear God, I could not have planned this any better for this video. John Cena is out here to help out John Cena, because nobody goes over John Cena. He is the king of burials. I guess so is Triple H. So, yeah. Fun fact, this John Cena in the ring is the one wearing the alternate attire that I downloaded because I wanted to have a current John Cena in this. Jesus Christ. 5-knuckle shuffle. Oh, boy. So, Charlotte and Bayley at the Rumble is the first time they're fighting for the... He's coming up with sneakers. For the Raw Women's title. And my understanding is they're going to end this... Or they're going to culminate this storyline at Mania. So, it doesn't make a lot of sense for Bayley to win here at the Rumble. She might come close. But it doesn't make a lot of sense for her to win here this Sunday. Now, again, I've heard that they're going to be setting up a fatal 4-way at Mania with Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha. Oh, Triple H is getting injected? Out of there! And Nia Jax. So I could see some nonsense with Nia Jax happening earlier on the pre-show, and then Nia Jax coming out during this match and causing some shenanigans, and then here comes Sasha, and then, oh no, there's all 4 of them. Now, what happens between, the Rumble and Mania when you got Fastlane in there? I don't know. But I think having a 4-way at Mania makes sense in terms of, okay, you want to get the belt off Charlotte, but you don't want to have her get pinned to preserve her pay-per-view record, even though that's, still a loss. But you can make the excuse, well, I didn't get pinned in a singles competition for my title, therefore rematch, therefore whatever. So you might give Bayley the win there at Mania? I don't know. But in any event, I don't see them giving Bayley the belt here at the Rumble. So, this match is fucking insane. Moving on, we have this match. The phenomenal AJ Styles, the man who would like to be introduced as the face who runs the place versus the actual face who runs the place and hosts the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards and the ESPYs and whatever else, the part-timer John Cena, who wants to tie Ric Flair as a 16-time world champion. Now, the rumors are that neither AJ or Owens will be champion going into WrestleMania. But I don't think Cena gets it here. He stole Cena's finisher. This match is fucking amazing. I don't think Cena gets it here. I think that if you're going to book Mania, that is supposedly John Cena, Samoa Joe, which, okay, sure, fine. And supposedly, and I'll get into who's going to win the Rumble a little bit here, and then, the chambers in between there, and there's plenty of rumors there. I don't think Cena wins it here. Only because I think that you can have Cena win it at a later date, and get his 16 times, and you want to continue to build AJ, who's been certainly carrying the SmackDown brand for a while now, and Cena has other things to do, other reality shows to film or whatever else it is that he does, etc., etc. And he's busted open here. He's just bleeding like a stuck pig. I think at this point it's pretty clear we're going to get a Samoa Joe main roster call-up, most likely on the Rumble or in the Rumble itself. And that being said, I think you have AJ retain here some way, somehow, keeping in mind that the rest of the club are in the building this evening, so that could also play a part because, you got both rosters in the same building. Could happen. A lot of things could happen. But I think AJ retains here and then loses it in the chamber. So that moves on to the Universal title. And this one is your champion Kevin Owens versus the big dog, the guy, Roman Reigns. And another just right hand busts him open. This is on hard, I think. It's not even on Legend, which I forgot to put it on Legend, so I'm sorry. This one's pretty easy. You got Chris Jericho in a shark cage, suspended above the ring. I think Chris Jericho drops a foreign object, perhaps the U.S. title, into the ring. This match is no disqualifications. So, I think Jericho drops perhaps the belt into the ring or some other foreign object, thinking that Owens is going to use it to win the match, but instead, Roman Reigns uses the object, knocks out Kevin Owens, wins the Universal title. And then that allows you to set up the supposed match of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho for the U.S. title at WrestleMania. Now, this clearly gives Owens his rematch at Fastlane, which Jericho costs him that match, and then they go on to feud at Mania. Then Owens wins the U.S. belt, and then Chris Jericho back to doing music with Fozzy on tour, whatever. Roman Reigns, your new Universal Champion, and whether or not he fights Taker at Mania, that's up in the air right now, I guess. And there you go. Phenomenal AJ Styles retains his world title against 2 John Cenas. He needs to beat up 2 John Cenas. That is the most ridiculous thing to happen in one of these videos ever. And finally, we have the Royal Rumble match itself. Now, as of right now, they've only announced 22 out of the 30 participants. So clearly, there are going to be some surprises here. One could only hope we're going to have Tye Dillinger at 10, 10, 10. That seems like common sense. I would imagine we'll see Ellsworth. I'm hoping for an Ellsworth and Goldberg confrontation, because that would be amazing. But yeah, a bunch of top names are in this Rumble, and it kind of could go in a lot of different directions. And so this year, above the last couple of years, which were super fucking predictable, this year is extraordinarily hard to predict who in the hell's going to win this Rumble. But I will go with the current scuttlebutt on the internet, which is Randy Orton ends up winning. And the reason is that supposedly Bray Wyatt will win the title in the chamber, and then we will have a Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton WrestleMania match. Now, certainly, they've been building to Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. They've been trying to get Luke Harper out of the picture so that Orton can get his one-on-one thing and finally betray him, the whole thing with the Wyatt family and everything else that is, definitely seems plausible. And it would not surprise me if that is the direction that they go in. But, again, I'm just going to go with the current internet scuttlebutt. That could change tomorrow. That could change anywhere between now and the Rumble itself. The ring's freaking out. The ring's freaking the fuck out. What the... this game. This broken-ass fucking game. Oh, boy. But yeah, when you think you got Brock in there, you got Goldberg in there, you got Taker in there, you got, Randy Orton obviously is in there. There are a lot of big names in this match, and so it could go a lot of different ways. Now, clearly, I would assume not Brock and not Goldberg, because Brock and Goldberg are going to fight at Mania. You don't need to have a title on the line there. That's, inconsequential. But we also have the wild card, which is Seth Rollins, who currently is not announced to be in the Rumble. Now, I think it's very possible that Triple H might be in the Rumble, and then out comes Seth Rollins to knock out Triple H, and then that's their actual Mania feud thing happening, and the ring is just still freaking out. Fuck this game. So yeah, I don't know. I say, there are long shots like Samoa Joe. We just heard that it's not going to be Kenny Omega because he's going to re-sign with New Japan. So it could go any number of ways, but right now, I'm going to say Randy Orton, and we'll see what happens. So, in any event, I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day, and I'll see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.